Hello and welcome to A Little Bit Forward. My name is Simon Waller. I'm a strategy advisor and educator. And when I work with clients, one of the things I increasingly see is a whole bunch of people who feel completely overwhelmed by the amount of information and uncertainty that is in our world, in our lives. And what I'm seeing is that because we have access to so much information, multiple podcasts, AI chatbots, YouTube, Google searches, we end up with this paper thin understanding of so many things. We go so broad, but rarely do we go deep. And so this show, and I hesitate to call it a podcast because, well, look, there's no guests. I'm not doling out advice, and each episode's only about 5 minutes long, is instead focused on giving you questions rather than answers. It's about giving you permission to go deep on some of the ideas and the topics that are actually quite core to the way that we work and the way that we live, but we perhaps don't spend enough time thinking about and unpacking. This idea of it being a little bit forward is this idea it perhaps is just some of these questions a little bit controversial. And I don't mean to court controversy so much as realizing that the edge of knowledge in spaces worth exploring, there isn't always complete agreement. And so we want to give time to discuss these ideas and give you an opportunity to think about them and digest them for yourself. And so with each episode, I'm going to introduce a concept or an idea through a question. We're going to explore that for 4 or 5 minutes to give you some context. And then I'm going to ask you to sit with that question for just 4 or 5 minutes by yourself. In fact, we're going to bake that thinking time into the episode. So at the end of each episode is 5 minutes of silence to give you the space to think through things in a little bit more depth. It's a bit of an experimental concept. I don't really know how it's going to work, but I hope you enjoy it. And if you have topics or ideas that you would like to explore or like to help suggest for me to explore with future guests, that would be wonderful. Please enjoy A Little Bit Forward.